traders, this is MacBilly and today is October 5th, 2015 and let's talk about the market. The market, as you can see here this is the S&P futures, is right at resistance 1975. This is huge resistance right here, but I think based on DMI that we're going to break out here and we're going to go to this top, probably to 2031, which is the next Fibonacci resistance. Right now the volume today was below the 50 simple moving average, but DMI and ADX is very strong, so there is a high probability that we're gonna break out the 1975 and continue to the 2031. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple is acting like it's very weak right here. You can see this setup right here, and it's at the bottom. It might run right here about let's say 115, 114. Let me zoom this out. But the real resistance right here is this line. If you break out this red line right here, about 115, then we're gonna say this is out of the woods. The last 2 days, the volume has been very low, and DMI is still bearish and strong. If we break down below this line right here, then I say we're gonna test the 103. Right now Apple looks bearish, but because the earnings are coming, they're gonna report earnings on October 27, we usually get a run to earnings because expectations. So keep an eye on Apple, but I will not enter long if it doesn't break out 115, and won't enter short if it doesn't break down this support right here. So I'm neutral right now, just waiting. Sometimes you get nice setups when you wait. You have to be patient. I have this falling wedge right here. This is a petroleum company, Apache Corporation. It looks right now very nice because it's moving inside this falling wedge. I don't have any Fibonacci on this one, but I think if you break out this falling wedge, this is gonna be a nice trade. DMI is bullish and it's strong, but I'm waiting for the breakout. So keep it on your watch list. Now let's go talk about Celgene. This is a pharmaceutical company. Nice tight setup right here, but also you need to wait. You need to be patient. Put it on your watch list. We're about to cross over on DMI, so this might get really bullish. Now the earnings report is coming in November, so there's gonna be probably a couple days here until it moves to the apex of the triangles and break out or break down. But keep this in your watch list also. Now let's talk about DIA. This is the Dow Jones. As you can see here, it break out this triangle wedge, but it's a lot of resistance of Fibonacci 167.63, or coincidentally is the 50 simple moving average right there. If price break out today's high, which is 167.78, or let's say 168, get long because this thing is gonna fly. We got a fresh crossover today, and ADX is about 23. I'll be watching volume because the volume today was only 6 million. So usually trade between 8 and 10 millions. So if we get a nice breakout at about the 50 simple moving average and volume about end of the day about 7 or 8 millions, boom, get long because we gonna move higher, and I'm talking about 175. Now let's talk about next one, Facebook. Today I closed half of my Facebook. I entered on Facebook right at the bottom of the this uptrend channel right here. Right at the bottom I enter. Today I closed half of the position. I keep half because it's getting close to this resistance. And I don't want to go 100% at that resistance because it might fail down. So what would you enter right here? You enter long if you break out this resistance. If we fail, for sure we're gonna test the bottom again. Now the earnings are coming. I think this is a company to hold the stock. I think it's gonna end of the year 120. I keep saying 120. Some people, you know, when it break down, people, oh, look at that, it break down. Okay, it break down. It's end of the year? No, it's not end of the year. 120 end of the year, and I think it's gonna break out right here. I'm gonna play the earnings. with a very aggressive position. So join my building so you can trade the earnings, because we always trade the earnings. GG, this is a gold corporation. Nice falling wedge for your watch list. You have to wait. Falling wedge, triangle wedge, rectangles, bucks, you have to be patient. You put it in your watch list, you wait for the breakout, wait for confirmation, boom. Let me show you one that we traded last week. Today we close it. Look at this one. Nice falling wedge. We wait for the breakout. We enter long. We close it today at resistance, which is the Fibonacci 60. And we took profits, 90% profits. Nice trade. But we follow this trade for many days until we break out. And that's how you trade. You have to be patient and enter the right moment with the right amount of money. Now let's talk about the spider. What I see in the spider right here is bullish. Fresh DMI crossover. Volume wasn't great today, but it break out the 197.41. It held very well. If you break down below 197, this thing can go down again to 193. But if it continue, I think it's gonna test the 203 Fibonacci resistance. As you can see here, it's like a little box right here. You see this box, 203, and the bottom is 187. So that's a box right here. I think it's gonna go to the top. The 50 simple moving average is not much resistant, because it wasn't resistant before. It's just there because it's on my template. But I don't believe the 50 simple moving average offer resistance. The real resistance is at 203, and of course the 200, because it's a decade number, 00. It also resistant. ADS is 24, fresh crossover, DMI is bullish. This thing can get to 200, 203, and that will be the real resistance. Today I entered at the bottom and closed right here for 100% profits and left a half position. So that's how you trade, my billion. Now let's talk about Twitter. What do you see in Twitter right here? Somebody called attention on this one today, one of my traders, and say, hey, look at Twitter. It moved very nicely. Yes, it was a 7% move, but it's out of the woods. No, it's not out of the woods. This thing is inside this box right here, and now I will not enter if it doesn't break out 28.50. And I will need a confirmation, because you see all these spikes right here, but the next day never confirm with a consecutive candle. So I will need a breakout right here, and the next day a candle confirmation for me to enter, and the target will be 33.27, which is the Fibonacci. So it was support back in June, so it's gonna be the target, $33. Now it's gonna report October 27. So we might get a nice run right here. So keep an eye on this box, because it might break out before earnings. Now let's see the VIX. What happens to the VIX? Now the VIX is below 20, so it's going down. Last time we break down the 50 simple moving average, but it bounced. But this time it break down Friday, and today it confirmed. So I think because the earnings are coming, earnings season, expectation usually in market goes up and wait for the report. There's a nice report coming in Alcoa Thursday. We have to watch that report. If it's good, the market is going to continue higher. Like I say, it's going to get spider 203, 200. If it's bad, then we're going to hold there, and we're going to wait for other big earnings like Netflix, all the banks, JP Morgan, Citibank, Bank of America. Netflix is on my watch list for earnings. It's going to report next Wednesday. Also JP Morgan, and that's it for next week. But then at the big mid-October, then we're going to have the best trades for earnings, Apple, and we're going to have Google, Facebook, and all the big blue chips. Traders, join my billion. I have a huge promotion. It's $2.99, and you're gonna join my billion lifetime. Usually it's $100 a month, but this is a huge promotion. So you can join my billion and become a full-time trader with us. You will receive alerts. You will receive online course, my mentoring. So it's a great deal. Join my billion. and trade on.